So we had a Facebook or a TikTok live video that we did this morning, and the TikTok kicked it off and flagged it for the content for some reason. And all I was doing was talking about stepping out in faith and being bold and going after something. And I was referring to a quote that I heard this morning from Frank T with Core Physical Therapy and Core Physical Training. He said, God does not call the qualified. God qualifies the called. I don't care how qualified you think you are or you aren't. So step out in faith. And the message from this weekend at church was about that. It was about stepping out in faith. And, there was 4 sections, and they were have the faith to start small. The next is have the faith to face the opposition. The next is have the faith to endure the pain. And the last one's have the faith to finish God's work. So I don't know how that got flagged for the community standards, but it did. Hopefully this video doesn't get flagged too. But, the other message that goes along with all this that I was actually going to talk about today was Noah. Talk about a savage. I mean, that dude stepped out in faith tremendously, so much to the fact that, his family, friends, community, everybody around him thought he was absolutely nuts. And for decades, he went after a calling that he heard God's voice, told him to build this ship, and he didn't have the resources and everything. God just kept providing and providing. And, the story as it is, the floods happened and Noah was right. And he was, I think there was different accounts. He was 120 years old or something like that when it all happened. So think about like you're on a destination or on a journey right now, and you're trying to get somewhere, and you don't know, there's no end in sight, and you don't know what God has in store for you, but you feel like you're just stepping out in faith and going through the motions because that's what you're called to do. Keep going. Noah did it for decades. So hopefully whatever it is going on in your life right now, the journey that you're on isn't going to take decades to fulfill, but it might. I don't know what your dreams are, what your aspirations are, or what you're chasing, if it's big or small or whatever, but keep that faith. Keep stepping out. And, again, if this is what you're called to do, it doesn't matter what resources you have. It doesn't matter what qualifications you think you do or don't have. If God's called you to do it, He's going to see that you have. Jehovah Jireh is God will provide. So, that's the message for the day. It was supposed to be early this morning. That was supposed to go out. But again, I got flagged for community standards. Hopefully this doesn't get flagged. If it does, we'll try something else. But in the meantime, have some faith, be good, be blessed, be stronger.